Well, hey gang, Daryl Davis coming here to talk about designing a life worth smiling about. So I want to talk to you about not catching other people's colds. You know, colds? Anyway, tell you a story about my son and I. We're at the deli. Now, by the way, my son Michael Raymond, he's 16 years old. And so without getting into all the details and the specifics is what happened, my son is at the counter, he's ready to give an order, but there's this guy, this adult man, he's kind of snaps at my son. He says, "Hey, you know there's a line here." It's New York, you know. And my son just looked at him. He says, "Yeah, I know." He said, "Well, you're cutting in front of the line." Now, my son was good. He didn't interact with the guy. All he did was turn to the counter help person and started to give his order. Just ignored the gentleman. Now, in addition, there were a couple of other adults that stood up for my son, not me, some other good Samaritans. Now, we get in the car. My son, he was like, "Dad, I got to tell you, that guy really upset me. Here's what I wanted to say to him." And this is what, and so he started to tell me what he said. I won't repeat on the video here because we're going to keep this PG. I told my son, well, first of all, you don't want to engage. I've always told my son to stick up for himself, to respect adults, but never to be walked on either. That he has to stick up for who he is. And but in this case, I said to my son, you know, here's the thing. This guy obviously had an attitude. And he was really projecting his attitude on you. Now, if you had engaged with him the way you wanted to, then you actually would be catching his attitude. Don't let his attitude become your attitude. The best thing to do when you have somebody like this is to say what you want to say, stick up for yourself, but do it with a smile. See, because people want to infect you. When they're negative or they got an attitude, and this gentleman was. This guy had an, I don't know why, but he had an attitude. And if my son had engaged with him, he would have caught that cold. So if somebody is coughing and hacking, what do? You don't embrace them. You don't talk to them. You get the heck away from them because you don't want to catch their cold. Well, this is no different. When you've got somebody negative and they attack you, whatever it is, they start talking silly stuff, don't engage with that. Don't catch their cold. Say what you want to say. Stick up for yourself, but man, do it with a smile. By the way, when you do this, it drives them more crazy. It's a good way of getting back at them. Anyway, hope this helped you. Have a wonderful day, and of course, don't forget to keep smiling.